name is Ryan Nixon. I'm a Cancer. I like romantic dinners and that feeling when she doesn't respond to a text.
My name is Imperfect. I'm a Taurus, and I enjoy falling asleep within the first 15 minutes of a romantic comedy and making beats that are sad.
I met Imperfekt probably 2009 maybe. We played a show above the Blue Moose with this band that wore leather vests and called themselves the Leathers.
I met Ryan Nixon quite a few years back at a show in Iowa City, and he was doing a set with a kid called Mike L. And I believe his name was Prophecy back then. And I think he had an airbrushed shirt on. And I wanted to stop there.
He was doing another Other Elements set. I remember they did like the freestyle shit out of the hat, and I thought that was dope. So I was like, yeah, you're kind of putting everyone on blast right now because they can't freestyle. Fast forward a few years, and I moved to Cedar Rapids, and everyone was like, well, if you're gonna hit up with anybody there, hit up with Imperfekt and Colorless. And I was like, all right, cool. And then kind of still was weird Ryan for like a year and didn't really hang out, and just kind of like I literally left the notebook at his house for like a year. And then yeah, I don't know, and we started working on this project, and or no, we went to South by together, and that's like we really got to know each other pretty good on that trip, and then just kind of been kicking it since.
Emoticon was a joke, really. It was just some shit talking back and forth. Ryan had a tendency to write some emo raps, and that's something that I've done a lot with too. It's cool stuff to write. It gets stuff off your chest and whatnot. But as far as this project, it was always just a kind of a joke, like, oh, we should totally make an emotional album together, and then we started just joking and said we should call it Emoticon, and we had like all these other funny names, like we should call it Bleeding Hip Hop and make song titles like Emo Alley. But as like we sat down and decided we were really gonna do this project, and I made the first beat, which ended up being the song Tightrope, and Ryan's like, this beat is way too dope for this to be a joke album, so we pursued it with a more serious mindset after that.
We started working on it. It was like, all right, we got like some really good beats that we probably shouldn't like fuck this off. We should actually do a good project. So that's what we decided to do, and shit turned out dope.
The process for the album was really something that I'm trying to get more into. It was having the MC that I'm working with be in the studio with me while I make the beat, and kind of lend creative inspiration and creative insight on the sample selection and things like that. A lot of times there's stuff that I kind of like that I won't pursue, but Ryan would say, oh, that's dope, so then I would go ahead and like continue trying to make a bass line or things of that nature that kind of helped really shape the album. So it was a good group effort, team effort.
Yeah, for the album, we I think all but 2 beats, like I was in the studio with him when he made, when Imperfekt made. It's, yeah, really I just kind of come over and we run through records, and if a sample caught our ears, then we would just mess with it for a while until we got something that was workable. And then I think we ended up like salvaging a couple of those to make beats later on, but it was a great process actually to be involved. I've never actually set in on like the producing side of records I've been on. It's always just kind of email me a beat and that's that. And it was actually nice to kind of have an input and be involved in the actual process.
Nixon did not do any writing in the lab, and I did write a verse for one song, and I kind of wrote it and wrote off of his inspiration on that one. So that's how the writing went. But yeah, he was secretive.
In writing, I have a weird writing style where I kind of got to be on my own and kind of isolate myself when I write. It's weird for me to be around people when I write. I don't really like it that much. And So it was cool, you know, we kind of get the beats made, and then from there I just go home with them, and a few of them you gotta kind of put yourself in a weird place in your head to write. You kind of build off past emotions and different things you went through, and you can build up this weird dark place in your mind that allow you to write these super like weird depressing songs. And I wanted that to be represented on there. I mean, we called the thing Emoticon, so I kind of had to have a few of those songs. And I feel there's a few of them that kind of capture that. And the rest were just kind of me showing what I can do now.
It was fucking cool though when he came over and would have like, he's like, oh, I got this wrote for that, and even if it was just like the first verse or the hook, it was fucking great. I was excited, and it was like I'd tell people that he was writing really dope shit. So it was cool. It was inspiring, even more so to keep hearing him come with good bars for the beats I was making.
It was fun to write, like really fun to write.
I'm happy with it, man. We recruited E-Knowledge from Waterloo area. He's a DJ who's really dope, and he filled in the gaps to make it feel like a finished product, and it's really fucking cool. I feel like some of the songs that we felt like weren't going to be the strong ones turned out to be the strong ones, or equally as strong as other ones that we were really digging. It was cool for me to just produce an album. It's really the first time that I've ever been this much involved in something and not rapped on almost all the tracks.
I fucking love this record. Like, I haven't released anything quality new in a while, and for this to be the first record, I'm happy with it, because this is, you can look at any of my past releases and there was a level there that I was at, but I really feel that this album portrays like the next step up of shit that hasn't been recorded yet, that shows like an actual improvement. And I'm really happy with the songs, and I really want people to hear them, because I think this will be the record that changes people's minds or maybe solidifies others.
I think you can just expect a little bit more than just sad music and sad raps. Ryan was writing some really good shit, and like he really figured out a way to make the beats sound even better. And so I think for the next couple of months, we're gonna put out a few videos and try to get the buzz up on this.
Expect a lot from Emoticon. It's such a dope record that I can't imagine it's not gonna have a positive effect on people. And I really can't see a negative effect from it. It's Imperfekt showing his progression as a beat maker. It's me showing my progression as a rapper. So both kind of combined at the perfect time to really pull off something dope. And I think people are gonna love it. I don't see why not. If you like hip hop, this is a fucking hip hop record.
You know what the future holds, we don't know. This is kind of like we said, it was a joke at first, and now it's became something that's real, and it's kind of gonna hinge on what the fans and people that listen to it think. And I feel like it's gonna get a good enough response that people are gonna kind of expect a second installment. And this one, it's just kind of a short one anyway. It's 6 solid tracks with an intro and an outro. So we'll see what happens. I know as far as mic hand wise, we're hoping to get a full length record out of Nixon here this year if possible. So it might be a year before you would see another Emoticon project. So you gotta make it happen.
Emoticon, potent till the hope is gone, holding strong, looking to the past for the guidance. Silence is a virtue, but listen to this shit inside your whip and forget about that evil bitch that hurt you. I'm just playing, I'm just faded, I'm just saying all